Recently at CES, Arcade1Up announced that they were going to be releasing a limited edition Burger Time 3/4 size arcade cabinet. The other 3 games in addition to Burger Time were going to be Karate Champ, Bad Dudes, and Caveman Ninja. Now, looking at the space that I have left in my game room, I decided that this was not going to be one that I was going to purchase. However, I am a mild fan of Burger Time. It's not one of my favorite arcade games, but I kind of do enjoy playing it if I'm at an arcade and it's there. So I decided that maybe I would just buy a smaller version of Burger Time just to have in my game room and just to play casually. So that's when I bought this right here. And you can see I bought this on eBay for $5 plus shipping. Now, before this even arrived on my porch, I realized that My Arcade, who makes these, also makes a much larger version with 34 actual arcade ROMs on a larger unit. And I started to look at the prices for these, and they vary, but I managed to get this one right here for roughly just under $34. It finally got here, so I'm going to unbox it. I'm going to show you some gameplay footage, and then I'm going to give you some pros and cons, and just let you know if I think this is worth picking up. Alright guys, let's not waste any time. Let's get to it. Show me retro. Alright, so here's the box that it came in, and they did a pretty good job on the box. It's got this embossed picture here. It's raised and glossy. Really nice. Here on the back, it's got all the games, the 34 that are on here. As you see here, it says 34 arcade hits, Burger Time, Heavy Barrel, Caveman Ninja, Bad Dudes, and more. So let's get it out and see what we got. So here it is out of the box, and it's in pretty good condition. I had mentioned in the beginning I got this off eBay. It was used. The guy had got it as a gift, he said, and used it a couple times and boxed it up. So overall, it's pretty much the way that it was when it was purchased. You see on the back here, got micro USB. There is no batteries. This is a headphone jack, and then you've got these little kind of volume keys that kind of depress, but they're mainly flat, but just barely raised. The side vinyl graphics are actually pretty well done. It's got a nice build quality. 2 real rubbery feet, kind of what you would almost find on one of these things you put on your dash for your phone in your car. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and power it on. So I got the unit plugged in, and I'm going to go over these buttons real quick. These have a very stiff, clicky feel to them, which is kind of typical. You've got a coin button, a back button, and a start button. And then you've got this thing that My Arcade has been doing for probably since they started releasing these things. They got this hybrid joystick D-pad. Now, I think they think that they're doing everybody a favor. If you don't like the joystick, then just use the D-pad. Well, they both aren't that great. You know, this is a very hard, stiff D-pad, and some other YouTubers had said this, and I've noticed it as well. Say you want to play with the D-pad, well then it's not really the best way to play a D-pad with your finger. Nobody does that. You're holding a controller and you're playing that with your thumb. And in order to do that here, you have to pick this thing up, and that's not really the greatest. It's, you know, it doesn't have the form factor to hold this like a controller. But I guess you could. It's just not the most comfortable. And doing it using the little screw-on joystick, you have to kind of decide, do I want to use it this way with my index finger, my thumb, or just use my index finger? But it's just so stiff.
That's what she said.
So let's power it on, and it's got this cool where you push the coin slot button and it powers right on. So here we go. Turn the light down a little bit so I can capture the screen a little bit better. But you'll notice there's no music. It's just this menu, and I guess they thought, well, if we put something there that's annoying, then that's something people will complain about, so we'll just have no music, which that's fine. So let me just go through this this list real quick here. We got B-Wings, which is Battle Wings, Desert Assault, Joe and Mac Returns, Burnin' Rubber, Bad Dudes, Bloody Wolf, Breakthrough, Heavy Barrel, Dark Seal, which is a really cool beat 'em up kind of Golden Axe style, but it's more 3/4 view. Darwin 4078, Karate Champ, Side Pocket, Caveman Ninja, which is Joe and Mac, Shootout, Super Burger Time, Midnight Resistance, I've never played that, Lock and Chase, Burger Time, Pro Bowling, Pro Soccer, Pro Tennis, Rootin' Tootin', Scrum Try, Nitro Ball, Super Doubles Tennis, Super Real Darwin, Tomahawk 777, Treasure Island, Tumble Pop, Two Crude Dudes, Western Express, Wizard Fire, which is the sequel, I believe, to Dark Seal, Zavaga, Ice Cream Factory, and then we're back to the beginning. So 34 actual arcade ROMs, not too bad. Just keep in mind, though, I did not pay retail for this. And retail varies. If you're going to buy this on the website for My Arcade, I believe it's $100, and I think it's free shipping. If you bought it at GameStop, it would be under $60, but it's never in stock. I believe Amazon might have it just under $80, and then eBay, it's all over the map, and that's the route that I went. Let's try Bloody Wolf. And I'm kind of playing at a weird angle here, but I'll do my best. Sound is all right. And here's the boss, I assume. Jesus. Gotcha, bitch. And you'll notice, you know, it is stretched. It's 16 by 9, but certain games just don't look as bad. You know, a lot of the purists will say, well, I wouldn't even buy this thing because of that. I don't think this looks that bad. Let's see, Heavy Barrel. Now this one, I'm pretty sure is kind of difficult to play because of the lack of a twisting stick. So you basically have to use X and Y to go left and right with your Heavy Barrel. Yeah, that's going to be difficult. It looks okay and sounds okay, but putting this game on here seems kind of pointless because it's just not really playable with the controls. It's not bad. There we go. You know, considering the controls, I'm not doing that bad. All right, let's get out of here. It was all right. So here's Dark Seal. Gotta love that music. Go forth, brave adventurers, and may the gods guide you. That's what I said.
That's what he said.
Those sounds are just so awesome. Again, this one being stretched doesn't seem that bad. I'm trying to turn the volume down a little bit here. Well, I can see dropping some quarters into this thing in an arcade. I don't know if that was a gelatinous blob. Yo! Yeah, not a bad game. Let's back out of here. Karate Champ, which, yeah, that game does not age well. Side Pocket. Let's try some Caveman Ninja. From what I remember, this game was kind of like a caveman Metal Slug, essentially. This is another one where the stretching doesn't really seem to bother me too much. Oh! I feel like I'm fighting this cabinet. This little, it just, I'm at a weird angle. Don't know what this is. This is, I guess, like a Contra type game. I don't know how to shoot backwards. This one's not that bad. I mean, I've played worse. Oh, you can, okay. I've never played this before, so yeah, you can shoot backwards. Alright, let's back out of that one. Alright, Burger Time. Now, this is initially what I bought this for. So let's see how this one looks. Alright, so already I can see that the stretching here is not good. Those other games, it's not that noticeable. This one, it is. But, you know, it looks fine. It sounds fine. Well, you really need precise controls with this, and that's not what we have here. I feel like, again, I'm fighting this little joystick just to get it to move in the direction I want it to go. I'm especially down. Yeah, see, going down. Whew. Alright, let's get out of this. Here's a shooter. Super Real Darwin. Graphics are nice. And this screen, I think, looks better than what it's showing up here on camera. Let's back out again. Wizard Fire is the sequel to Dark Seal. In the year 355 in the Empire of Gaul. Let's go. Power be with me. By the power of Grayskull. Wow, this one looks even better than the other one. This game just looks awesome. Plays better than some of the other ones. Ain't like that dragon. Take that, Smaug. Alright, let's back out of that. That's a fun one. Let's try burning rubber. Yikes! Boy, that kind of reminds me of Spy Hunter. Oh, I'm cooking with grease now. Look at this. Oh my, look at that. You. Oh, and I got my name. Okay, let's back out of there. Let's try breakthrough. I believe this is a car game. Kind of like a Moon Patrol. I believe you got to speed up then and jump over stuff here in a minute. There we go. Can I go under there? Yeah. All right, so now I just want to kind of go over some of the things I like about this, some of the things that I don't. First off, some of the positives I think are the fact that we get actual ROMs here, 34 of them to be exact. That's really nice. And the emulation seems okay. I didn't notice hardly any slowdown. That's definitely a good thing. There's no reason why this one here, this Burger Time, couldn't have been the actual ROM. You know, in this day and age, why can't this $20 retail have one actual ROM of Burger Time? Why does this one get 34 and this one gets the NES? I don't know. So having the actual ROMs is awesome. Build quality is definitely, I think, pretty good. I mentioned before, it's pretty solid. It could be a little heavier because I was kind of moving it with a little bit of pressure. The screen is nice, even though it is the wrong aspect ratio. It's not bad. The speakers are good. Got a nice volume control. It's loud enough. And I like the fact that you can plug it in. Now that could be a plus and a minus. Some people might not like the fact that they are going to have to plug this in. They might want to put it on their somewhere where maybe they don't really have access to an AC outlet. It would have been nice if this was rechargeable, but I think it's nice that you're not having to worry about batteries. But then again, where I'm putting it plugged into where it's always close to an outlet. Another positive would be that it's running Android and you can hack this thing to do much more than what it's meant to do. That's definitely a plus. And they had to know that people were going to do that. Negatives, I would say, first and foremost, have to be the controls. They've got to do a better job. And you know, there's nothing inherently wrong, I guess, with this D-pad. The joystick, I think, could be a little bit bigger. If you're going to give somebody one, make it more bigger so it's easier to grip. But this whole thing just needs to be smoother and not just be so hard and stiff. I wish it could have had this lit up. They do have a Namco version of this same size, this 10-inch. And that one's got 20 Namco games, and it's got a lighted marquee, which I don't know why this one didn't get it. But overall, I think if you can get this thing under 50 bucks, under 40 would be even better. But at that price range, this is a must-buy in my opinion. It actually reminds me of, because it's a lot wider than your traditional arcade. It looks like a multicade. Multicades nowadays, you know, they got the wide screens, and this reminds me of the AtGames Ultimate Arcade is what it looks like to me, because they've got this multicade type of graphic. They've got Data East characters on there, and that's what this thing reminds me of. Something else that's strange is this point here. I don't know why they put this point on here. I mean, it's like they forged and fired a sword up there. Why? I don't know why it wasn't squared off, or. But that's just my thoughts on this. It's a neat little unit, and it looks great sitting somewhere in your game room or on your desk. I would highly pick one up. If you're comparing these two, you're getting one game in the $15 to $20 range, maybe a little bit cheaper depending on where you go, or get this one for under 50 with 34 actual games and not the NES ROMs. It's a no-brainer. This is the way to go. And I will actually use this. I'll come in here and sit down and just pick it up and play a couple of games, and it's going to be sitting right here by my chair. So this is something that actually is going to get some use, whereas this one would have been more decoration. I do like the graphic on this one better, but other than that, this is not the one to get. So this one's going to get sold at MoGameCon, and I know I'll get more than the $13 that I paid for it, I'm sure. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this little unboxing review. If you enjoyed the video, please leave me a like. It really helps out. And if you're not already a subscriber, consider subscribing and ring that bell so you'll be notified when I upload new content. Alright guys, I will see you all next time. Thank you so much for watching.